Hey, what's going on, guys? Critical Mass here, and I'm going to show you a just easy way to qualify for vet trials um, using a pet sorc with a pretty basic setup and by no means perfect at all. All the gear I'm wearing is easily attained. You don't need to do trials to do it. The setup's pretty basic, and the rotation's extremely easy. So we'll go over what we're wearing first, and like I said, this is not perfect. So we're going to count it as no maelstrom, so we're going to run 2 Giuliano staffs, easily craftable, easily attainable. We're going to run both infused, one with a weapon damage enchant on the back, and on the front infused with a flame damage enchant. You may be asking why flame damage enchant. I'm a high elf, sorcerer, shock's kind of our thing. There is a reason for it. We get down to the monster set, and here is the reason. So this is the Lambert set. When you deal damage or shock damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a meteor. So we use that flame enchant to double proc the Lambert. So we get the shock damage from all of our abilities, proc, and also the proc from the flame damage. Next up, we got Necropotence. I do have some gold on this character, just simply because I rotated it over from my Warden. So that you'll see the gold pieces there with the Necropotence. Rest of it is going to be purple, except for one more Necro piece. Come down, like I said, not perfect. I have a sturdy Lambert shoulder. It's not even the right uh, type, because ideally you would want one of these to be heavy, one of these to be medium as far as your setup there. Now you can adjust that. So say you do have two Lamberses, you could just craft or get crafted a, say, heavy Giuliano's legs with a medium Giuliano's waist. But you see, everything's divine on here. I prefer divine. I know some people prefer infused on the big pieces. I actually prefer divine. But yeah, and Necropotence again. Then we have Necropotence Jewelry. Once again, overland set, easily farmable, and you can do it all by yourself. Too easy to right there. Spell damage and chance. You don't need recovery type stuff on this type of character, simply because we heavy attack as part of our rotation, so your magicka never drains. Alright, going to the skills and the setups I have. So we'll start with back bar. Back bar, we got Inner Light. Gives us more magicka, 5% more. Gives us Major Prophecy, crit. You got your Volatile Familiar. During some fights, you might want to change to the Twilight. Like AA, for example, Therian Archive, if you're doing that, so that Scamp's not running all around being crazy. Plus, if you remove to the Twilight, you can actually use the Healing Morph and help out the healers as part of your rotation. She actually does hit quite hard, so... right here is actually, I'm just having this on for when I hit the dummy there, but normally this is going to be your Hardened Ward, which is your survivability, your shield. Then we have Blockade of Storms. This is your, you need to keep this on the ground, it'll cause unbalanced. Off balance will do more damage during that because of how we have our champion point set up. And then you have Liquid Lightning. Your ultimate, the Greater Storm Atronach, this is your primary ultimate that you'll use as part of your rotation in most places. Sorcs are handy in the fact that they get a negate ultimate, which basically silences everything in it, sucks up any like magical attacks from above, all sorts of goodies, so they're quite handy. You can rotate this out, but we use the Atronach because we're using a pet build, and we have an ability on our front bar right here called Daedric Ray, which causes all of our pets to do more damage, so our Scamp to include our ultimate. We have the Scamp here. I have it located here because of how I do my rotation. I do it from a right to left. I always set my bars up this way. Right here we have Mage's Fury. This is our execute. If the enemy ball falls to or below 20% health within 4 seconds of an explosion, additional 12,000 blah 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 damage to all other nearby damage or nearby enemies. So this is our execute. We start this 20%, 25% in there, and I'll show you as part of the rotation. The Bound Aegis is something we do not have on the back bar. We do not have to double bar anymore, and this will give us an additional 8% magicka. Alright, and we run the Destro Wald on the front bar. We don't use this. You will use it in trials for AoE clears and things like that. The primary reason that this is here is because of your passives down here. which cause your heavy attacks to do more damage. No, that's with Destro Staff. Where's that? Where's that? Right here. So you have to have a Destruction Staff ability slotted, and your Lightning Staff increases your damage done with area of effect abilities by 8%. All of our abilities are area of effect, to include both of these guys. Like it says down here, it'll do additional damage to nearby enemies. This one here, your curse, when it explodes, is considered an AoE. Big time damage. Okay. Alright. I am, like I said, keeping this as basic as possible. I'm not using spell damage pots, so this will be without spell damage pots. I'm actually not going to use any pots at all, just because the sustain is so good on that. Stat-wise, we're looking at 48,000 magicka on the front bar, about 2k spell damage. We're running the Lover Mundus for penetration to assist. 17.5k health. It is a bit much. And I think part of that's right here. No, wait, no. I thought I had... I actually don't know why the hell my health's so high. Anyway. But yeah, 49% crit. Not bad. Recovery's low. We don't need recovery. Okay. And we're a high elf. They get more damage with shock. They get max magicka. All sorts of goodies. Magicka recovery. Alright, we'll go straight into the parse here. So like I said, this is about as easy a parse as humanly possible. Oh, food. Where are we at? Where are you at? We're using max health, max magicka. Easy stuff to get. Melon baked Parmesan pork. Just gives a crap ton of health and magicka for survivability. You could use Witch Mothers. You don't need it because you don't need that recovery. Alright, so we'll go into the parse here. Okay, you start off with your Atro. Liquid, wall, scan, Daedra, heavy attack. That is it. So, click, walk, bar scan, pray, heavy attack, light attack. During XP phase. 31k. That is with not ideal gear. That is with no spell damage pots. And that is with me messing up the rotation. Which is very hard to do, by the way. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got something helpful if you're trying to get into trials and trying to qualify for, say, like a 25k test. And if you have any questions, just leave comments below. Thank you. Take care.